Good morning, good afternoon. My gosh, I don't even know what time it is. This is Cheryl at Sea Spirit Tarot, on with my daily lessons here on the Crowley Thoth deck. I'm going to start with a goddess. And the goddess I have for today is Themis. Themis is one of the oldest and most revered Greek goddesses, daughter of Gaia and the mother of the three fates. Still going to have the certain amount of reflection. It's just, unless I go buy a house, which I can't do that. The mother of the three fates, who determine the destiny of all mortals and gods. Here she's pictured as the giver of dreams. She was also one of the oracles consulted at Delphi. From her sense of order and connection to nature, and she was transferred to Olympus, whatever, personified the social order of law and custom, a reminder that social order is ultimately dependent on the natural order of the earth. Themis. She's our goddess for today. Recognition. I can't remember if I had this yesterday. Did I keep this from yesterday? And write down what I had yesterday. I have to look at my Instagram. That's the ones that you code. You know, if you write those out, they code into your neural pathway. And so here it is. It is, again, the pinnacle. Recognition. Recognition of where we're going. Do we need recognition? There's so many definitions of recognition. Recognizing, to be recognized, to recognize. Anyway, you can do it that what you need to do. The most important part of it here is the symbol recognition. And that will go in subconsciously to you. So we continue our journey with the Thoth, and I was kind of looking back on how the Queen of Wands kind of thrust me towards this Princess of Disc. Oh, I meant to pull out those cards. The one we had yesterday, the beautiful woman. It's all gone well. They sent me back down with the Prince of Cups to look at the deep, esoteric, dark side. And then I came back out with the Queen of Wands, and she sent me, I've had a really lovely journey here, a little bit of confusion, but easily fixed. And then back to the Princess of Disc. That's what I meant, the Princess of Disc. And so today, the Thoth cards I have is the Spirit of Magic, Waters, the Lord of Victory, and the Heir of Water. So we'll go through those here. Now, this is the Hangman. This is my favorite, maybe my favorite card in the deck. Maybe it's because it's a water card. Maybe it's because I'm a Pisces. Maybe it's because of the serpent hanging him to the Ankh, showing him that there is a new day to be coming, a new eon. You notice he is to the cross nailed, and then also in the ground, to uniting in the ground. I see serpent as wisdom, you know, like dragons. I don't see serpents as evil in the mix of things in esotericism. So this is a Pisces Neptune card. Where do we go? Where do we go after we end this life? What is our journey? This is a dying paradigm, and we're here to help fix it. But where do we go? You know, when you get to Neptune, where do you go? So this is the Spirit of the Magic Waters. It's not the Eon of Horus that was watery. Or is it Isis that was watery? But it is that now the age of Horus. So this card in the deck, according to Crowley, is almost like just as a monument to the previous eons that we have endured to go through. And when we've endured all this wetness, he's got some kind of little poetic quote. When you come ashore, be sure and plant that vine. Where do you plant that vine? Where are you going in your life? Do you know? This is a dying God, though. You are God. You are God also. Jesus said, as I do, so can you. So magic is magic. Whoever has a frequency to do the magic, or whatever collective has a frequency to do the magic. The whole idea, here's my favorite part. And I write kind of different things, but these are Crowley quotes. The whole idea of sacrifice is a misconception of nature. The gesture of sacrifice, suicide, is not only obsolete, it's downright counterproductive. And I think growing up in the 50s, 60s, that one of the greatest things I learned was suffering. Oh my God, and delayed gratification. I mean, there's a place for that, yes. But this whole suffering, I've spent so much of my life suffering to a dying God, whatever that means, that I didn't even understand. So this card caused me very, very great excitement because it looks like a card of movement for me, of movement, and of any enlightenment that I receive, that I'm here on this channel to teach. If anyone wants to listen, I'm here on this channel because this is what I'm supposed to do. So that's the main fact. Whether anyone comes or not, I need to do it. But if anyone receives any enlightenment from this that would come from the past, I think that's just marvelous. So we're on in the new eon. This God is dying. We are becoming enlightened. But it's ruled by water and Pisces and Neptune, and that can get a little hazy sometimes. It can also get beautiful fantasies, of these dreams of Thea. Gorgeous cards, huh? The second card I got, there's not much to say, is a 6 of Wands. And actually these wands, right? These wands represent the staff of the utmost ruling members of the Golden Dawn. But 6 is always a beneficial number. All 6s are victorious. And I don't know much about the Tree of Life, but it's related that they're all in Tiphereth. And that gives them this glory and this goodness and the sweetness. I'm going to call it sweetness, fire, sweet fire. So that's where they're located on the Tree of Life. And if you continue to persevere through here, through the 6, which is a good stable platform of fire, and move on. So far, the journey that the Thoth deck has given me as I go through my book, I found a magnifying glass. I'm just putting it in a book like this for a teaching book, but as I go through, I can look at the story of where I've been and almost who has, or what energy, not who has, what energy has sent me there. And the most exciting card today is the Air Waters. I'm going back into, it is a full moon. There's a group I follow that has an Ascended Master room open during the orbs and time of the full moon. And I sat with that a bit this morning on the computer, and I could just feel that all through my whole body. It was amazing. So I'm going back into Libra, into Scorpio, back down into Scorpio. Now, who rules Scorpio? Mars. Mars rules Scorpio. And that's animal passion and outward action. And also, Pluto is the new ruler, I think, of Scorpio. And that's transformation. So I've always had anything esoteric, anything hidden, anything sexual, secret artist, ruthless, subtle, not always to be relied upon or to work in harness with other people. Scorpios are pretty deep, and I think one reason they're pretty deep is because the hierarchy has, I don't understand whether it's Anunnakis or I don't understand, but somewhere Scorpio used to be a very strong, highly empowered, transformational, feminine sign, but because of its power, it was relegated to the depths. So now to get that esoteric wisdom and the sexual ecstasy, of which is what we need to balance. We need to balance this, because is it sexual ecstasy, or is it anywhere is a good time's a good time? You know, the way to the holy, to know themselves. So that wasn't a very good explanation. Scorpio, like I said, Libra has always tried to sort things out, be sensible. Going down into Scorpio to study again. I am very excited, and I wore mine actually. Shirt from the Witcher Units. I am very excited to go back in there again, continue my studies throughout the day, and I was going to leave the reading with this air of water scorpionic card. I call it a scorpionic card. You know, compared, and with this suffering, you know, self-imposed suffering. But you get a little break in the middle that you're on the right track, I believe. That I'm on the right track of recognition of who I am, of where I'm going, knowing that the balances and order and routines of nature, we all need to be in nature more. We're in tune with nature. The resonance, the Schumann resonance is in tune with not only the earth, but with the human. Our anxiety is so high, the Schumann resonance has increased to such a high rate compared to its normal. I got some crazy in my eye there. But just for grins and giggles, because I'm here and it's light and I'm not fighting too much glare. I have much to do. I'm gonna do crazy things like package pecans for Christmas and do some of those southerly things. It is 55 degrees outside, which for Galveston Island is very, very cool. But it's just beautiful, the sun. And at least, you know, you can have poinsettias this time of year and the heat doesn't knock all their buds off. So that's pretty exciting. And this is the card I'm going to take that fell out. Oh! So take this for the rest of the day. Elation, joy and ecstasy. I live in ecstatic joy. I'm going to give you another one and recognize that. Recognize your potentials. Recognize that even though we go deep into Scorpio, there is so much ecstatic joy of knowing true source to be found there. So that is your quick thought lesson for today, the daily reading. I hope you have an absolutely beautiful day. It is the 11th. The full moon is in Gemini is today and tomorrow, and there is some kind of aspect, I can't tell you what it is because I don't following it that hard, or I don't remember always. But Mars is doing something major. Mars is aspecting a lot of major things. And Venus is, as someone said, escorted by two thugs. She's walking in Capricorn in conjunction in between Saturn and Pluto. Much transformation is in the air for alertness to see. That's interesting. So use your time wisely, enjoy this holiday season, and know that the answer to everything is love. May the goddess bless you. Namaste, namaste.